We had a minor technical glitch that cost us 60 seconds, but thank you for your patience. Welcome to our April town hall.
It's April.
I know.
It's April.
Spring is in the air. Pollen is in the nose. Flonase.
It's so true. So my hubby, this is always a season of love that he has for our kids. So we love Reading. We love living in Reading. We love the kind of the lifestyle you can have in Reading. Your commute's 10 minutes. You can go anywhere in Reading in 15 minutes. And, our kids are so happy here, but his allergies hate Reading. And he has...
it sucks during a COVID season because...
Oh, yeah,
I'm
it's
like
true.
Sneezing, coughing, always phlegmy. So it's like, you got a bunch of grumpy Karens staring at you all the time. Every time it's just Flonase. I'm taking the Flonase. Anyway.
No, he walks in a room and he can't help himself. He coughs. And he's kind of got a thing because of his allergies where he just coughs. He has just kind of a thing where he coughs. And you just see like a whole room like turn to him. Like, you coughed!
Oh no! The Black Death has entered the room!
So we are living through allergy season. But it is gorgeous.
April's the prettiest time of the year unless you have allergies.
Yeah.
So anyway. But it's April. It's spring. We hope you guys are doing well. So kids, it's good. So welcome,
our kids are back in school 4 days a week. It is a transition. Is anyone else experiencing this? Like going back to life? Like you're like, holy mackerel, there's so much happening. We've had, our oldest daughter plays varsity volleyball. We're really proud of her because it's a big commitment. And we've been at volleyball games until 10 o'clock. Recently,
basically twice a week we're at high school. We're at high school until 10 o'clock at night. Sadie's coaching volleyball with the junior high at our youngest school 4 days a week, and so we're basically we're not unique, we're not special, but just like everybody else, we're starting at sunrise and finishing at midnight. So it's. And
I was feeding my daughter tacos at like 10:15 last night because she just got. And hadn't eaten. So we are doing life the crazy on full speed way. And happy to be back, happy to start having some life back. She gets COVID tested twice a week. So we know she has no COVID because she has to get tested for her volleyball for twice a week. But I'm so grateful that they work so hard to make that happen. She's having a blast. The kids it's her favorite team she's ever played on. So I'm glad she's getting this experience. But there are long days.
Absolutely. So we have actually not the fullest of agendas today during this town hall. So if you guys have questions or things you want to talk about, make sure you send those in on the chat. We've got a few already, but
we actually had a little bit of a hiccup and we forgot to include. We make mistakes too, like everybody, and we forgot to include that opportunity to ask questions prior to this. So that just means we really, really want your questions. Comp coins for questions. If you have a question for us and there's something you want to know, clients, staff, this is your town hall. It's your opportunity to ask Eric and Sadie questions about what's happening in the world, Compass. So hopefully we can get some questions answered today that you have, and they'll get to be spontaneous questions, not questions you thought of ahead of time.
All right, so first thing we're going to do, there is still this thing called the coronavirus scrolling around, so we're all going to continue talking about it, but we instead of doing 15 minutes of COVID and looking at that ugly picture of that
of the disease.
Of the disease itself, although I will give Mary credit for always making it look colorful and fun. It was kind of like party COVID. No, anyway. So things are doing well. Infection rates. Basically, the people that are getting infected now, for the most part, are the young who we don't worry about dying. So death, even though mortality is going down, and the numbers of people that are getting infected we're not seeing this dastardly.
What was the stat you just told me about?
Wave that everybody was, well, not everybody, that the CDC was worried about.
Yeah, you just gave me a stat a couple days ago about it's the lowest death rate since March of.
Oh yeah. We're having fewer people die now. since going back to all the way to the very beginning of March.
Mhm.
So basically, it's just absolutely
When we were completely sheltered in place. Like,
I mean,
not
if
doing
y'all remember
anything.
back in March, the middle of the end of March of 2020, when this whole thing started, the only people that were dying were basically folks in care homes in New York City.
Mhm.
And a few in Seattle. It was like that. Well, we've kind of returned back to that kind of rate of mortality, which, you know, every life matters, and we don't want to lose anybody. But in a war, there are some setbacks, some losses, and it's good to see that we're really winning this one. I do want to say one word about the latest news, the J&J vaccine.
Johnson & Johnson.
Johnson & Johnson vaccine. As you may know,
just one dose.
Just one dose. It's one dose that rates at about a 65% effectiveness.
So not as good.
Not as good as both the Pfizer or the Moderna, which are 95% effective. But the important thing about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is it doesn't require the hyper-refrigeration that both the Pfizer and the Moderna ones. So it's a really important vaccine for rural areas, and it's a ridiculously important vaccine for the third world, for the developing nations that don't have refrigeration technology. We have had one in America where the J&J vaccine has been predominantly used. There's been one person lost due to the blood clotting concern. They've had 8 people, 7 women, 1 man, develop blood clots. And out of 8 million doses already administered. And so the CDC, the FDA got a little scared, called timeout, and paused the administration of the vaccine. I want to encourage you not to worry about it. My prediction is, because I have a crystal ball and it's always right, my prediction is in less than a week, they're going to come back and say, okay, we're going to reinstate the vaccine, but talk to your doctor, because you may have a concern, which is basically what we all should be doing anyway. And it's a bummer because increased fear unnecessarily, I believe. That's my opinion. You just kind of put it in some perspective. What they're basically saying is 1 out of 8 million doses has correlated, not caused, correlated with a fatality. 1 out of 500,000 people are hit by lightning every year. So how many?
We actually know someone that's been hit by lightning.
Yeah, our son's best friend's mom was hit by lightning and survived.
Yep.
So
she's a doctor, so he didn't even.
Right.
She's still super smart.
Exactly. In fact, it's made her smarter. It's like a superpower. Her brain is electrified. No. Anyway, so there's all kinds of crazy things that could happen in life that we know are possibilities, and we just kind of manage the risk or don't even think about, like getting hit by lightning. The only time
driving a car,
walking across the street, being in the city of San Francisco,
going for a hike.
Yeah,
many hikers die every year.
Absolutely, but I was going to say, walking down the street in San Francisco at 2 p.m. is more dangerous than getting the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. So if you've already received the J&J vaccine, don't worry about it. And if it comes available to you and you'd rather take the 1 jab versus the 2 jab vaccine, even if it's less effective, I encourage you to do so. And just, if you ever have a history of blood clotting, or if you're on the birth control pill, which actually has a higher rate of causing blood clots than the vaccine, there's concern that may be a risk factor as well. Just think about those things, talk to your doc, but don't freak out about it, and try not to listen to.
Especially if you've already had it. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. I mean, pay attention. They put out lots of information about the warning signs, things you should look for, all that. Do that. But don't cause yourself anxiety.
Exactly. I got my first vaccine shot from the Pfizer 3 weeks ago. I get shot number 2 on Tuesday, and I'm preparing to have the flu on Wednesday, because that's kind of how the thing goes, which is your body's immune response. It's actually what you want to have happen. So
not really what you want to have happen.
No, you want your body to respond to it.
Happen.
But I mean, oh my gosh, it is such good news. Wherever the vaccines are being administered, what we're seeing consistently is that infections, even if people get it, because 5% of people who get the vaccine will still come down with coronavirus, the disease, but they're not winding up in the hospital on a breathing machine. They're not getting significantly sick, and that's what you want from the disease, from the vaccine. So it really is working, and I'm looking forward to seeing life really return to a life that we can be excited about.
Yeah. All right. So that's your 5 minutes, COVID. Now it is our time to get to talk with Barbara and Rosie. We did see them on screen a minute ago, so I know they're here hanging out with us.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Off mute.
you are off mute, but we didn't get to see your lovely faces. I see you.
You see me?
I see you, Barbara. How are you?
And I'm here
I
over here in the
I
corner.
know.
Hi, Barbara.
Rosie, we can't see you. Can you?
This is no picture.
Okay. Oh, we're moving
There
over
she
there,
is.
Rosie.
Hi,
Hi, Rosie.
Hi. Hi, guys.
Hi. Did you guys have a nice Easter?
Yeah. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
What'd you guys do for Easter?
We're going out to eat. We went to Pete's for Easter. Yeah.
Pete's.
Went out and ate.
Nice. Pete's is great. Pete's has been a really fun place, huh?
Yeah. It is. It's good food. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you like to eat there?
What do you like to eat? Oh, no, I can't eat too much because I'm on the diet now.
Oh, me too. Me too, Barbara. I'm on a diet too. It's no fun, huh? Well, it's good for us though. You're being good. You're being healthy.
Yeah. I go on that trip and I have to eat that up there too.
Oh, you're going on a trip. You guys are going to the retreat? All right, one of you. Hey, can we turn the camera towards one? Because we're looking at their cure. Yeah. Barbara, turn the camera towards you. Talk to me for a minute about which retreat you're going on, and then I want to hear from Rosie which retreat she's going on.
I'm going on the 8th to the 10th. The traffic to the music.
Oh, the 8th through the 10th, and you're going to do the crafts and music one?
Yeah.
Oh, so September 8th through the 10th? Is that the one you're going on?
Yeah.
Yay, crafts. You're great at crafts. That'll be so fun. That is super exciting. I'm excited for you. They have some great things. I've seen the agenda. You're going to have so much fun up there.
Oh, my camera for my staff is sleeping on my staff. I don't know. Rosie's upstairs.
Rosie's upstairs. So is Rosie, hey, so can we turn the camera towards Rosie? Let me talk to Rosie. Are you going on the same one, Rosie?
Yes, I am. Yeah, the same one.
Man, you guys are such good roommates. You even go on vacation together. That is some good roommates there.
We're curious about something.
What? Yes. What can I answer?
All right, I'm thinking of getting the vaccine, but then maybe I'm not. Maybe just getting tested for the COVID. So what do you guys recommend?
Well, you certainly should talk it over with your doctor. Your doctor will give you the best advice. Eric and I are not doctors, nor do we play one on TV. But
I 3 times already.
I know lots of people are getting, Eric already said he got his first one, and I know Jennifer Bowman has already gotten both of hers, and I know other people, I won't tell other people's secrets if they don't want to talk about it, but I know Jennifer Bowman wouldn't mind because she's been sharing it, that she got the vaccine. So you need to do what's right for you and your body, but your health and where you're at in life, a lot of people are recommending getting the vaccine. Okay. So you think about it. I
had 3 times. I went to my surgery on my foot, and before the surgery, I hit 1 time, and I went to the rest home. I hit it twice, so I had 3 times. You've been tested for COVID 3 times.
Oh, you've been tested for COVID 3 times. The test itself is no fun, huh? No, it's not a fun test. It's not. I've had it myself.
Yeah, they stick that Q-tip way up in there. Get out of my business.
I know it. One was way down, and now 2 of them are so short. Now, matter of fact, when I went over to Shasta Community Health Center, my doctor said, schedule an appointment. We will give you the vaccine.
Oh.
Well, if your doctor said it, then you should listen to your doctor. The vaccine's very safe. It's very good.
That means I have to do it again?
Well, the test is different than the vaccine, Barbara. So the test is something they do to see if you have it. But the vaccine is something it's a shot that they give you, and you usually get it twice to have a less likelihood of getting COVID.
Yeah, so I have to do it.
But you can do whatever it's your choice. This is what we say all the time, and you guys get choices every day, right?
Yes.
Choices every day. It is your choice. Your choice. Your body, your choice. So you guys make up your own minds, but and you can go on the retreat either way. But you're right, you'd have to get another COVID test, Barbara. We're gonna do them just right before, so you can get vaccines or you can get COVID tests. Those are your two choices.
That's when I have to nose again.
What?
That I have to nose again.
Yeah.
Oh, probably
yeah,
so.
the
Probably
test
at the nose.
That's the fourth time.
Oh, I know. No fun. Like I said, my daughter's getting him twice a week. She hates it. Yucky.
Yeah, she has to do it. She has to do it so she can play volleyball. But even some of her friends are getting vaccinated.
Yeah.
And in some high school.
I don't know why you do that thing because my health.
Yeah. You guys got to take care of your health. We want you guys around for a long time, especially since you guys are such awesome roommates. I can't believe you're going on a trip together, a retreat, the arts and crafts one. Melanie is one of the main leaders, and she's on this call, so you might even see her lovely face at some point. She's planning a phenomenal trip, and she's got a phenomenal team. So I'm so excited for you guys. You're gonna come home like with a whole house full of new art and crafts and fun stuff you can share. It's gonna be so much stuff. Takes 2 suitcases.
Maybe one for clothes and one for the other to bring the crafts back.
Yeah. Yep. That sounds great. All right. Well,
all of our people driving vans just got real freaked out by the amount of luggage Sadie suggested that goes up there.
All right. Well, Rosie, I see your lovely face. It was so good to see you. I can't wait to see you again in person. You are looking.
Long time to see you.
I know you're looking very lovely, Rosie. Now let's turn the camera back to Barbara one more time. Let's see this skinny face. Look at you on your diet.
You lost a lot of weight.
You have lost a lot of weight. Congratulations.
See now 176.
Wow. That's amazing.
Good job. So you're eating the right things and putting the right things in your body, even at Pete's. Even at Pete's. Good job.
Yeah, I passed Rosie.
Oh, got a little competition going on. All right.
Oh, you two are awesome. It's so good to see you. You guys have a great day. I can't wait to hear how the retreat goes, but I hope to see
you guys go on.
More than. We're gonna make guest appearances at different retreats. We're not saying which ones we're going on, but we are gonna make. Jen's gonna make some guest appearances. I'm gonna make some guest appearances. Eric's gonna make some guest appearances. So we're gonna try to send up some different leaders from Reading just to come by and say hi and have some fun.
Hope you guys on our trip.
Maybe save us a s'more. Okay.
Okay. We want to see you.
Okay.
All right. Sure appreciate you girls.
All right. You too.
Yeah, you lovely ladies. We hope you have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Oh,
so fun.
That's like my favorite part of these.
I know, it's the best. They are delightful women. They are delightful.
They're cute together too.
Yep. All right. Well, that is
better than Rosie. That's great.
They also take really good care of each other, which is super fun.
That's the best kind of roommate situation.
Yeah.
When you actually support each other.
Yeah, that's what we all want in life. People that help us out and take care of us when we need it. Okay, well, we are going to move on to good news. Not that was probably the best news right there. Just seeing some good folks that thriving, doing well, losing weight, all kinds of good stuff in the middle of our season here. The next good news that we want to talk about, we have got a couple things. The first one is, so we are hiring, and everyone knows that. And I'm sure you guys are like, wah, 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 wah. But why I want you guys to know that we're hiring, we did hire 22 people in the month of March. So there are days that I know it feels like we're not hiring, but I promise you we are. We have hired 22 people in the month of March. And if you've noticed, we're not alone in hiring right now. We have noticed, I don't know if you've noticed, I recently have been to 2 different fast food restaurants. Yes, I do go to fast food. occasionally. And in the two different fast food restaurants I went to, they both had now hiring signs, and then they're all over town. So
any business that's a service business where you have people getting paid to be with or serve other people, everybody's hiring. This is a whole country. It's a nationwide situation because, until a few months ago, service businesses couldn't do much service. So, but now that things are opening up again and people getting vaccinated, they're feeling safe to open their businesses, which is great. Just right now with certain other circumstances, people aren't getting back into the workforce. Schools aren't really fully open, so a lot of folks who could work are not getting back. And of course, then there's the government stimulus program, which isn't helping.
So there's three things that we are, oh shoot. I was like trying to get my husband to stop talking because I had three really important things to say and I forgot them. Okay. So what I was going to let you know is the things that you can do to help. The first thing that you can do to help is, of course, continue to send your referrals in. It is so much more fun to work with friends. I just recently saw on Facebook a really awesome, fun video of some of our staff together. They were on a trip together. And it's just so much more fun to work with your friends. So I encourage you to invite your friends to come work with you and have some fun working with your friends at work, and then have really great staff that you can count on. I enjoy working with my best friend at work, so I encourage you to do that as well. The other two things is, definitely let us know as maybe your schedule is changing or opening up if you have more availability or you would like to change your availability. I know we're moving into Ren 2, which we're going to talk about in a minute, but we don't want people to feel stuck where they are. If you want to do more, if you want to change things around, there's still conversations you can have. Ren 2 is not a shackle. Like, it's not like locking things down. It's just making sure we're all really clear about what the expectation is and what the job is. But it is also giving you, there is going to be plenty of opportunities if you want to take on more responsibility. If you were hired and you were doing an LG1 and you want to move up to an LG2 or up to an LG3, have those conversations with your CF. And then thirdly, treat each other kindly. The number one reason people leave is because of their coworkers or their supervisor. That is a tried and true, well-known statistic. So
75% of people, when they leave an employer, it's honestly due to a disconnect of some kind with their supervisor, and either directly or because the supervisor didn't help them effectively with the coworker.
Yes, with their coworkers.
So it's both.
So 75% of people leave because they don't feel like they're getting the appreciation, respect, and communication that they need. And that is all of us. Eric and Sadie can only communicate as much as we can communicate. Trust me, we feel like all we do is talk all day long. And then there's still many of you that only hear from us once every other month. So there's no way we can do all the communication, nor is there any way we can do all the thanking or all the kindness or appreciation. We all need to be in this together. Many of us are tired. Many of us have been doing really hard work for a really long time. So give each other grace, give each other patience, and give each other some kindness. So I've heard some really great stories about teams loving on each other, and I encourage you to do that, because that's how we'll continue to want to do this together, and that's how we will grow our team over time. All right. What else is good news happening in our world?
Well, Ren 2 is rolling out company-wide, where it's been really encouraging to see the progress. Our leaders are working really hard on it. Our staff are adjusting. So far, about 40% of our SLS teams are in a Ren 2 model, which is really good. Our goal for the year is to be 80%, so we're kind of halfway there, and it's only April. So that's really, really good. And so far, the effects of it, we're really encouraged by what we're seeing from it. So
yeah, and the good news is once we get to 50%, we get to start rolling out the bonus program. So we're close. We're really close to rolling out our bonus program. There's going to be more coming out about that. Once we hit that 50%, we'll be sending out all the communication. We have, communication really ready to go so that you guys all can be informed on what the bonus is, how you will qualify for the bonus, and all will be left to do is for you to spend it. So we're excited about that. Now, only teams that are in REN 2 and supervisors that are in REN 2 qualify for the bonus. So if you're not currently in a REN 2 model, and if you don't know that, talk to your CF or your supervisor, because REN 2 is the way that the bonus structure turns on for SLS.
That's right. So a CF might have 7 households on their caseload. 3 of them are in REN 2, 4 of them are not. Then bonuses would only apply to those 3 for the life guides in the home and for the CF. So we're excited to get that going here. Probably happen sometime early part of this summer. We're super excited.
And remember, our ultimate goal for our clients that are on this call, our ultimate goal for REN 2, if this is all like, I don't know what you're talking about, it's just to provide more stabilized and stabilized staffing that you can depend on, making sure that you're aware when people are coming and what their jobs are inside of your home. Because we had before, in previous times, we just had we've gotten a lot of kind of messiness about who was supposed to do what and what their role was and how often they were supposed to be there, and that just kept changing. And so we had staff and and stakeholders getting pretty concerned about we could get pages who's coming today, and that doesn't feel good to not know who's showing up to your house that day. So we're working really hard to put together really thoughtful schedules that are thinking about each individual client, so that they'll know who they're going to have there, when they're going to have them there, and what they're going to be doing when they're there.
And feel that they can really rely on them to do a good job. When you're going to different houses all the time, sometimes consistency affects how well you can do your job, because you got to think through a whole lot of stuff. When you really learn the client, stuff starts feeling a little bit more natural, and it just feels part of life. Not so much like, first I have to do this, then this, then this. So that's one of the real payoffs we believe we're starting to see from
That's a really good point. And another good point is that's when teamwork can start to happen even more effectively, is when you know who your team members are and you can rely on each other. And when you're going from house to house, that's really challenging to do. You may feel like you're part of a giant, large team, but you don't feel like you're a part of a team where you can reach out and say, hey, I need help. I was only able to get X done. Can you do Y for me when you're on tomorrow, kind of thing.
So being 40% of the way through REN 2 is encouraging, and we are confident we're gonna hit our goal and turn on those bonuses here pretty soon. So keep working on it. Thanks, guys. Lastly, we'll talk about Management U.
Yeah, so, well, we just wanted to say good news. You guys completed, you're all that much smarter, right? So I got the feedback yesterday. I know that you guys enjoyed the Strength Finders. I know that you enjoyed DISC. I know that you enjoyed all the courses that were offered, and I'm so grateful for you to participate. I know it was a little bit challenging as a CF team to have to participate online. It was challenging for our presenters as well, but you guys did a great job hanging in there and doing a great job participating and learning. And so I hope that was an enjoyable experience for you. We do look to be back in person, which is more good news next time. So in the fall, which won't apply to you guys because you all now know it all, but that will be something we get to do in the fall, which kind of leads us to our next slide.
Absolutely. So in the fall is all right. Well, so we talked. So Renaissance 2. What else do you want to unpack about Renaissance 2?
Well, you know what? Let's just leave it there. And if people have questions, ask questions about Renaissance 2. Because Eric and I know you don't get a lot of opportunities to hear directly from us about Renaissance 2. I know you're all working on it in your different ways. And clients, you may have questions, or staff, you may have questions. If you have questions, throw them in the chat, and we'll get to it. But hopefully, we've done a decent job of communicating, and hopefully you're excited about what's coming your way and the stability and structure that's going to help our organization be its best version of itself.
Very good. The bigger, more fun thing, though, we've already talked about is summer and fall, and that's the retreats. We are super excited about these.
Goodness gracious, we're excited about our retreats. So our location is lovely, lovely, lovely. We were just up there last weekend and enjoyed a couple days up at this location, and it really is special. I encourage everyone to consider a retreat. They're going to be really small. They're going to be intimate. You don't have to get to know a bunch of people. You have your own room, or a room with your staff, you and your staff, but you'll have your own space. So it's just going to be, we've done different retreats different ways, right? So if you've been around Compass, we've done large retreats where we're, we do kind of tent, or we do camping, we do a giant event, and we've done that at Woodleaf a few times. We've gone crazy fun places over the years. We've gone to Disneyland, we've gone to Santa Cruz.
We've been on cruise ships.
We've been on cruise ships.
We've done a lot.
We've done a lot. But this one truly is, I think, going to be very, very special and different. Not to take away from those other ones, but this is going to be an opportunity for you to really get some relaxed rest, some adventure. The other thing I want to make sure I mention about retreats is we've had a little bit of trepidation or people being a little concerned about coming up to adventure retreats. I guess the word adventure does seem a little scary if you have some mobility issues, but I would just want you to rest assured that is one of the things we're being very intentional about. There's going to be some time at the lake, but we're going to make sure we have everything necessary for someone that has mobility issues to be able to enjoy the lake. We're even investing in a kayak that is specially outfitted for individuals in wheelchairs. So we are really, really trying to make sure that if you, no matter what your ability or disability, want to go on an adventure, you can do that. If you want to go on a spa event, you can do that. So that's what we're working on, and we have those events up, and we have some that are actually already full, but we have others that still have quite a bit of space. So if you're interested in the retreat, I do encourage you to sign up.
Yeah, so please do. We do have those spaces open, and we do have some in June still. So definitely, don't be afraid. June's beautiful up in the Trinity Alps in those mountains. It's gorgeous. So you see we have some spots left in June, but we're filling up a lot in August and September. So if you're kind of on the fence, not sure what you want to do, I wouldn't put off jumping in to one of those June spots, because if you wait too long, some of the September and August and such dates might be gone, and you might miss out on your opportunity. We do have real space caps. So if it's full, it is full. The property and the building only allows for the people that we have.
Yeah, in previous years, sometimes we say full, but then we're like, okay, we can squeeze another one in. There's no squeezing anyone else in this time. When there's spots, there's spots. When there's not, they're not.
Absolutely. So don't let fear and hesitation rob you of a great, safe experience. We all need to get out of our apartments and get out of our communities a little bit, of our homes. This year of 22 in response, or in
21.
21, I'm already thinking 22, by the way. We all need to adjust and respond to 2020 by getting out and experience the trees and the safety and the joy. And again, the reason we're doing this is because we want to accommodate any folks who might feel still a little uncertain about big crowds. So we're just going to be in small, socially distant, and tested, and probably vaccinated groups. So it should be very healthy and a lot of joy. And so please come on. All right. So we have a new training space that we have signed up a lease for the next 5 years. We're going to be renting space here in town in Reading that's designed for our training department with training space for it.
Yeah, so we're going to talk more later about our investment in our training and excellence department this year. It's really been one of our primary focus for 2021. But this is just one more really tangible piece of us investing in our team, investing in our leadership, and investing in our field staff and our, life guides, life coaches, all the positions in our organization, by making sure we have adequate training space. And at this point, socially distant training space where we can be at 25% capacity if needed, so that we can begin to do some in-person trainings again. So
exactly.
That space is already being occupied by some of our training and excellence team, and then it's a lovely space. If you have been in Reading and with us for a while, it is the old space we used to rent as an all-hand space. So we know the space well, and it's very well laid out and
came with the furniture.
Came with the furniture, and there's a kitchen right next door, and so it gives us a lot of flexibility and ability to do trainings the way we like to do them, which is good with really great food, because I'm all about the food.
Right. And then once we're free to move about the country in max capacity, the way we eventually will be, we'll be able to go back to having full-size trainings in that room again, and it's just going to serve us really, really well. It's also going to be used as a video production space, so we'll be making some of our videos for our training in that space as well. I won't say more about that until we actually start talking about the trainings, but Training and Excellence Department. But we got a lot of great stuff that's going to be happening, and so we really feel blessed to get that space. So anyway, all right. Lastly, we have town hall dates upcoming. These are ones for everybody. They're on your screen: June 18, August 20, October 22, and December 10. Please make sure you pass those dates around to family members, to service coordinators and case managers, the regional center, any stakeholders, and certainly your clients. We want to be able to kind of interact as much as we can with people who wouldn't normally maybe hear from me and Sadie. So please pass those dates around. I think we can handle 200 people on a call. Yeah, the most we've ever had is like 180. So we've gotten close, but we've never crossed the line of sorry, no room in the inn. So pass the dates around and encourage people to join us.
And we want to keep reminding you, August 20th will be a really special date. We're going to have some really fun stuff that we're doing as a town hall, because that will be the day after
my birthday.
His birthday. That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
It's our 25th anniversary as an organization as well.
Actually, it's really Compass's anniversary, 25 years.
So we're going to do some really fun stuff on that town hall to celebrate ourselves turning 25.
52.
Ooh, I hadn't put that together.
I just didn't tell just now.
Okay. Anyway, so
Compass is now just a young adult, and I'm getting to be an old fart.
All right. So the last thing that we want to talk about before we open up the floor for questions is give a little bit more context, our why of our Training and Excellence Department. You've already probably started to hear about this. And I want to first start with some really practical things that they're beginning to do. We have already said, as part of our REN 2 project, that we are going to be doing trainings and doing a lot more training. And they've already started to outline a schedule and a plan. And what that's going to look like is an LG1 will go through a certain level of training, and then LG2 will go through a higher level of training, and an LG3 will go through an even higher level of training. And we have, one of the good things that came about from the pandemic is we now know that multiple different types of training styles work. So we're going to be utilizing different training styles and mediums, meaning there'll be videos that are still part of the process. There's going to be some simulcasts or opportunities to interact virtually, as well as bringing back some in-person training. In-person training is still a really great way for us to have that opportunity to interact with the material and get to know each other and really like problem solve together. So some of our trainings need that in-person touch, and we'll be adding that back in. There's also going to be some extra things that we're adding in as far as some, I'm calling them circuit trainings, some different types of trainings. So people could go even deeper into some behavioral training, into some health training, and into person-centered training. So we're going to be doing training on many, many different levels and layers. And we're hoping that our very first version, but this will be something that probably we never stop growing, that the next version of all of our training is going to be rolling out this fall. We've been working really hard behind the scenes. We have an excellent training team that isn't just the Training and Excellence Department. It is a group of people that are going to be forming these trainings and setting them up, and then we'll be executing starting in the fall.
So that's the training part of the Training and Excellence Department, because basically we can't be excellent without help, without coaching, without teaching, without training. But I want to comment briefly about the excellence side of it. You might have heard the phrase QA, quality assurance, QC, quality control, used sometimes at Compass in this context, but also in other agencies. And what I want to tell you is that
we have the experience with QA being the regional center system.
It ain't any fun.
It has happened for us in ILS as well and in SLS, and it can feel very negative, and like they look through 1,000 pieces of paper and find one line that's wrong, and that's what they want to spend the time talking about, is that one line that's wrong.
Exactly. But that's not what we mean by excellence. What we mean by excellence is not perfection. It's doing well and getting better. So when we say training and excellence, they really go together, because somebody needs to tell me where I can improve, and then I go get the training to get better. So our Training and Excellence Department is not a bunch of Karens running around telling you or telling me everything that we did wrong. Really what it is, it's a team of folks that are going to be saying, hey, these are the goals that we've agreed upon that we're going to pursue. We're all a team here. and we're going to go win this game. But to win this game, we need to get a little bit better at getting base hits and getting on base because we're not scoring enough runs. So let's all go to, or let's have this team go to the batting cages and practice their swing a little bit more so that they can get more base hits. It's really not about just having somebody tell you or me that we did something wrong. It's telling us areas where we can improve and then giving us the training to do just that. So if you get feedback from the Training and Excellence Department, we don't want you to go, oh, there they go again, telling me that I did something wrong, because it's not about people who are outside of us, who are not on the team, just criticizing us. It's people who are as committed to success as you might be, and they are on your team. And that's one of the reasons why we're actually, a lot of people who are going to be moving to the Training Excellence Department come from operations. So they know exactly not only what they should say, but they know how it feels to fight the battle.
And they also know what it is like to be doing this job every day,
Exactly.
Which we all know has its moments of brilliance and beauty and moments that you love every second of what you do. And then there's moments that are really, 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 really hard and you have no answer. And so they understand that is where we live every day, is somewhere in between all the beauty and all the pain. And so they're going to understand that you live there too, and that when they come to talk to you about different things that we want to improve or the promises we want to make sure we keep, that they have that in their mind, that you live in between.
Social work is messy.
Yeah, social work is messy. You're living in between every day. So,
exactly.
And that is both for our SLS and ILS department. We have been somewhat focused on the SLS department, but don't you worry, ILS, we're coming for you too. There'll be a lot of time we're going to be spending on excellence in ILS as well as SLS.
I like how Sherry's camera just came on the center of the screen right when you were saying that. That was perfect.
I know. She wanted to look me in the eye, I think. She's like, oh, right. Yeah, I'm ready to take it on. So
this is it. This is not a pugilistic people fighting against each other. This is us all linking arms and saying we're committed to being excellent. Many of you have seen the video that's in part of our open training where Sadie and I are kind of talking about our passion for Compass and our passion for SLS and ILS. And Sadie says something in that video that every time I watch it, it moves me. She basically says we're committed to being excellent because people with disabilities deserve excellent service. They just do. They deserve it. And far too many times, folks with disabilities haven't gotten excellent service because they're either service providers or the system or whatever didn't think it was that important. Just getting them about their daily life was enough. We don't agree. We think they deserve more than just that. And so we are absolutely committed to excellence. And that's why we're dedicating a team of folks who have done it to help the rest of us who are still doing it, keep doing it and doing it excellently. So.
Yeah. All right. And last but not least, that team is also focusing on some supervisor training. Both SLS and ILS will be receiving additional supervisor training as we've realized that position has really changed, metamorphosized, grown, and continually been redefined over the past couple of years since we've had it. And we haven't done a formalized training process. So we're actually spending quite a bit of time formalizing our training process and going to be doing some refresh training for that position, as well as just really in anticipation. We're aware that we are going to have probably at least 3 supervisor positions open up this year because of growth and change. So we realize that we are going to be increasing the number of supervisors we have in our organization by at least 3, which I think we have 5 now. So that's a lot. That's a lot of growth.
So how many supervisor positions do we have?
Yeah.
1, 4, 5, 6, 7. We actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7.
7 or 8. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
We have 7
doesn't
right
matter.
Now, and
7 or 8. We have 7 or 8. But we have, you can fact check me later. We have a lot, but we're going to have more. Is the end of the conversation. And we're looking to make sure that team of people can really serve our organization well. So, all right. Well, that is the end of that. We have some questions. Mary, did we get some additional questions?
Yes. Mel asked if she could increase her supply budget now that people bring 2 suitcases.
I don't know, did you guys hear that? So Melanie asked if she could increase her supply budget now that I've asked people to take 2 suitcases on the arts and crafts retreat.
That's
So
supply, how much she gets to spend on the materials and supplies for arts and crafts.
She's just going to go to her house and get those supplies because she has a whole room full of those supplies.
You've all shopped at Michael's. Well, actually, come to shopping at Melanie's. So.
All right, Melody's not on our screen, so hopefully she found that funny and not not rude.
Yeah, no, I find it funny. That's the important thing about comedy. It's not whether other people like the joke; it's whether you, who's telling the joke, finds it funny. If you do, it's all good.
All right, what's our next question, Mary? How will staff be able to promote within the new training structure? Excellent question that I don't have an excellent answer for at this moment. So when we're talking the life guide, life guide 1, 2, and 3 is what we're currently focused on because those are the positions that we've recently created, and we want to make sure we have a training system as we roll out those positions. And we are well aware that that's going to mean somewhere on the upwards of 200 people are going to have to go back through some training, and we're going to be thinking that through and making sure we have a really good system where we're not overwhelming these individuals, some of them working for us 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20 years. We don't want to overwhelm them with this training process, but we do want everyone to get caught back up to speed so we're all speaking the same language. So that will be our first focus, is just the individuals that have currently been assigned the role of LG 1, 2, and 3. But like I said earlier, as we are working this through, one of the things that I was telling our regional managers just this week was the after party is going to be making sure people understand and have the ability and flexibility to change their job. Meaning if they would like to move to an LG2 or an LG3, that we have a really thoughtful, thought out process for doing that. We have lots of ideas. I think I recently read someone had the idea of, kind of like a college dorm board, where there's a board where you can go kind of check what jobs are out there. We are looking at some ideas like that so that there's this place that as the company continues to grow, metamorphosize, there's opportunities, there's different locations that open up. People could go and find out about those opportunities and pursue those opportunities, whether it be in their own backyard or if it's somewhere across the state. So we're looking at ways to do that because that is the next thing after we kind of finish the finalization of the REN 2 process, is how do people know what are the opportunities encompassed and could readily go at any point in time and look at those opportunities. Hopefully that's helpful, Laura. I know that didn't fully answer your exact question, but hopefully that's helpful.
Well, I do want to encourage or emphasize the fact that we've historically basically hired people as Life Guide 1s and then promoted them up to 2, then to a pro or now a 3. That's no longer our process. Now we're hiring people for the job based on their appropriateness to it. So we're hiring a lot of people straight to the 2 or the 3 position, depending on their ability, their experience, and their capacity for doing that particular job. So sometimes it's not just a staircase you climb one step at a time. All those are entry-level positions or positions of choice for a long period of time as well. Mm-hmm.
And in the ILS department, there will be some training that layers in that's going to really flow naturally, and then there's some that we're going to also be creating. And it is our plan that training is also done by the end of the year or beginning of next year. So we are focused on the LG 1, 2, and 3, but we have not forgotten. It's honestly always a conversation about what the LC training will be, and the LC2 position that continues to live on, and yet we still need to go back and make sure it's really clearly defined and the training set up for it, and we're ready to continue to do that role in our organization. Our goal is that every role in our organization has a very clearly delineated training path, and when they finish that training path, they feel fully trained to do the job that they've been asked to do. So it's a big, 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 big goal, and we've been working on it for 25 years, but we're going to keep working on it. Now we've actually hired some smarter people to help us with it as well.
That's right. So, all right. Any more questions?
Yeah, what makes Compass unique from other agencies?
Oh, who asked that?
Galaxy Tab.
Oh, Galaxy Tab.
Galaxy Tab A8 asked the question.
Oh, good old Galaxy Tab.
Good old GTAB. Yeah.
I think that means you're probably on a Compass device, which is awesome. That's awesome. That's why we put them in the home.
Exactly. So what makes Compass different from other agencies?
Unique.
This is a good question. We have 5 minutes left in our call, so probably this is a great way to end our call. Our town hall today. What do you think makes us unique, dear?
Okay. You really think it's going to take us 5 whole minutes?
Well,
no, there's lots of things. Okay. So I'm going to start, I'm going to do me, and then you do you. How about that? Okay.
Yeah,
So I'm going to do me, and me, sorry. What I would say are some of the things that make us unique. Every organization, when I went to look for college, this is how nerdy I was. I wrote out questions for each college, and one of my questions, I think, is still a question that I think everyone should ask as they enter an organization is, what is this organization's personality, and does my personality work with this agency's personality? Every company, because it's made up of people, has a personality. And it doesn't mean that you experience, like everyone doesn't look, act, walk, talk just like Sadie, but we all look, act, walk, talk like a group of us that have formed a personality. And so I think one of the things that makes our personality unique is a few things. First of all, I've noticed that, one, we really do love community. It's not just me throwing a party. I've noticed there are many, I loved all the virtual events that people came up with. I loved some of the East Bay events that they came up with virtually. So even though we couldn't do community the same, I love that this area did parades. We had ILS doing parades. Like, none of that was asked of our community, but that was all what our community wanted to be and do. And so one of the things that makes our community, our world, our personality, is that we do love being together, and we love figuring out how to be together and celebrate each other. And seeing all the different things you guys did for Christmas and how you celebrated, the holidays, Palooza style, and then May Day and all the ways that May Day was celebrated. I know I saw one staff person got plants and planted them with her clients on May Day. That wasn't my idea. That wasn't Mary's idea. That wasn't even her CF's idea. That was her idea to make May Day special, which we made up that holiday. So I just think one of the things that makes our personality unique and special is that we really do truly strive to be together. And when we're together, we're the best version of ourselves. And so I've been really grateful to be a part of this community and say the words on a piece of paper that say, we're going to do community. That's one of our values. But what has been super fun to see about our personality is it show up in such unique and special and creative ways that have nothing to do with me writing that word down and has everything to do with my team, our team.
I totally agree. I think that is a huge thing about Compass that makes us different, is that we're so into our time together and our connection with each other in groups. I think another thing that makes us different is how intentional we are about our habits, about our policies, about the things we do, specifically about how we honestly do have very high expectations of ourselves in terms of how our leaders are going to be connected and interact with the people they're leading. What we do either in SLS or in ILS, our teams are scattered throughout the community, and it takes a lot of work, a lot of time and effort and energy and strategy to have a leader connect with somebody that they're leading, because we're not in an office building. We're not in a factory on the floor. We don't have ease of meetings like that. This whole town hall thing we're doing is not simple. It takes effort to really, put these sorts of things together. And all of our CFs and ILS HEMs are expected to have a certain number of meetings with the people that they're leading every month, not because it's our job to tell you if you're doing a good job. It's really because, that's part of it, but really it's because we want to be connected to each other. And we know that when people are connected, when teammates are connected to each other, or when a supervisor is connected to the person that they're leading, performance, joy, excellence, customer satisfaction, all that goes up. And it makes Compass a more fun place to be a part of. Clients are happier, and we're happier. So I think that's another thing that makes us different, unique, is how much we stress connection in the workspace, not in a social work environment.
I think last but not least, we think we're pretty good. We think we're pretty cool, but we don't think we're perfect. We know we're not perfect. And I think we, as an organization, continually look at how to be a little bit better tomorrow than we were yesterday. And I think that is something a lot of organizations would like to do, but not necessarily spend the time doing. Because, I've been doing this, like I said, like we just said, I've been doing this 25 years and I don't even feel like I'm halfway to an expert. And that is, you know, and so I got another 25 years and I think I might feel like I'm a third of the way to the expert by the time I get there, because I just realized that I do think we're pretty good at what we do. And I think 25 years has shown that we know how to do this with, you know, a measure of success, but in no way, shape or form do we think we've arrived, nor do we think that we have completed this process, and we'll continually iteratively improve as we go along. And we love receiving the feedback of how to improve, especially when it's from us. Like, we love hearing we statements when we hear feedback, like, you know, what we do well and but what we could grow at. Like, that's a way different way of giving feedback than saying what you could do different because you are, you know, this person. I can listen to we statements all day long because I know I'm not perfect, and I know that there are things probably happening today, this very day, in our organization that I'm unaware of, because we're a large organization now. But what I'm ready to listen to all day, every day is we statements, meaning that we're all going to be part of the solution moving towards a better organization tomorrow. Okay.
Well, hey guys.
Thanks for that question. That was fantastic.
That was a good question.
I don't know if you want to, could you throw your name of who you really are into?
Greg
Huh?
and Michelle.
Ah,
Good
Greg
question.
and Michelle. That's a great question. Good job. Good one to end on, Greg and Michelle.
That's right. Well, sure appreciate you guys, all of you. You're welcome.
Bye, guys.
Enjoy the rest of your April.